Love in Deepspace. Have you heard of it? Because I am sucked in. It's a problem, actually. So if you don't know what it is, according to Google, it's a 3D otome game that combines dating simulation with real-time combat. Okay, is that right? Okay, basically, it's a game on your phone. And roughly 2 months ago on my For You page, I got a number of videos about that game, and I had never heard of it before then. It intrigued me. I always think I'm not actually that big of an otome game person, which is essentially an anime-style dating sim. And yet every time I play one, I always wind up giggling and kicking my feet because I love them. I love them so much. I absolutely want to romance all of the characters. Yes, yes, yes. It almost reminds me of like 2024's version of Mystic Messenger, if you will, except there's a big difference. Remember when Mystic Messenger was a thing? You could only pick one of the love interests to like go after, pretty much. Whereas in Love in Deepspace, you don't have to choose. You can date them all. And of course, I am. I am dating all 4 of them, and when a 5th one gets added, I'll be dating him too. I'm dating all of them. All of them are my boyfriends. Now granted, there's a bit of a boyfriend hierarchy, if you will, with my favorite boyfriend at top and my least favorite at the bottom. But they are all my boyfriends. You know what I mean? And for a while, I thought that I was sucked in a little too deep, if you will. I was like, is this not actually as popular as I think it was? Because I mean, just because these TikToks showed up on my For You page does not actually mean it's trending. That could just be TikTok reading me very well. So I wanted to see their revenue stream. Look at this. In September of 2024. Yeah, you're looking at that number right. It's number 1 right now. So clearly I'm not alone, and that makes me feel so much better. I needed that. I need to know that other people are sucked in as deep as I am, you know? Now, let's meet the love interests. You know, before we dive into the rest of the game, the love interests are the most important part. So let's meet them. I don't know if I should say which one is my favorite or not, because I feel like how I talk about them, you'll be able to figure out which one is on its own. So maybe I just won't say anything. I'm sure you can figure it out. So first up, we have Xavier. This is his birthday outfit that he's wearing. He just had a birthday event happen because his birthday was on October 16th, and this was his special birthday outfit that I got from doing all the events and getting the rewards for it. So this is his special birthday outfit. This is him. You can interact with all the boys. So let's interact with Xavier.
What do you want? Huh? Wrong posture? I'm out of power. Let me get charged here. Full energy now.
So they do have English voice actors. Some of the ways that the boys talk is kind of a little odd to me. Like for Xavier specifically, I feel like he talks very, very breathy.
Is this a new magic trick? It should count as magic. Of course, magic exists. As long as you believe in it.
And of course, it is an otome game, like I said, so they do have some corny lines, but like, in my opinion, that's what makes the game so great, because like, you're embracing the cringe, you know? It's like, yes, thank you. So a little background on Xavier, because of course, all of the boys have lore. Now, I don't know all of the lore for all of them, because I don't have all of the cards, which I'll get into that in a minute if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Lumiere is basically our coworker. So we, as the female protagonists, are a deep space hunter, because it's in Love in Deepspace, right? So we fight these alien creature things. And he's also a hunter,
only noon,
so...
But you're already dozing off.
Okay.
Do you want to rest?
Alright. I was in the middle of talking Xavier, so that was like kind of rude. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we're coworkers. And so we do work stuff together while also dating, duh. And he also has like, I guess an alter ego named Lumiere, which is a infamous criminal. However, like the card that reveals that he's Lumiere or whatever, I don't have that yet. So technically, I don't think I'm supposed to know that about Xavier. But he is, so he's also like a criminal. He's definitely the type that is very much a cinnamon roll. He always does the nicest things for you and is just very, very sweet.
But you're already dozing off. Do you want to rest?
Could you like maybe have like a different voice line to interrupt me with? But yeah, so that's him. Boy number 2 is named Zane. Let's meet Zane.
Where does it hurt? Your hand? If you're going to do this, then you should do it correctly. Feel better now? Give me your hand. You're hesitating. Why am I giving you this? The answer is right in front of you.
So that's Zane. Zane is a doctor, because of course he is, and he was also our childhood friend. So childhood friend turned lover, who is also a very successful doctor. Now, the only drawback to his character, in my opinion, if Zane is your fave, I'm so sorry, but Zane is the type of character that is
Normally you have a lot to say.
That is stereotypically a doctor. If you get what I'm saying? Like, he is the type of making it well known that he is in fact a doctor and he knows what he's talking about. And, you know, if the female MC is looking up something online medically related, he's the type that'd be like, oh, you trust the internet over me? A prestigious doctor? Like, I do love Zane because he is my boyfriend. But he is stereotypically a doctor.
It's nice to spend some quiet time with each other.
And the outfit I have him in was in the event called Wandering in Wonder, I believe it was. I got him. Well, no, I got his outfit. I didn't get his card. I'm actually pretty upset I didn't get his card, but that's neither here nor there. We're not even to the cards part. This is a video that is purely fueled by passion because I'm just so into this freaking game and I need to talk about it. But anyway, this is Zane. He is also our doctor.
It's nice to spend some quiet time with each other.
He's not just a doctor. He's also our doctor. Because of course he is. And he's a very, very busy doctor. So he's always working. But he manages to always make time for us, you know, because of course he does. Duh. Now you also might have noticed when I was clicking on the section called Relax Time, and then I clicked Palm and he did the thing. You might have noticed beneath that there were a lot of other options, but they had a little lock. All of the boys have affection levels. When you interact with them and do certain things with them, it increases those affection levels, and the higher level you are, the more essentially affection you receive from them. So unfortunately, I'm not there yet to have all the other ones unlocked, but I will get there. Third up is Raphael. Raphael is a character where either you love him or you hate him, because out of the four, he has the biggest personality. Now, if you vibe with his personality, that is a wonderful thing, and he'll probably be one of your top boys. But if you don't like his personality, then the fact that his personality is so big can be a major turnoff when it comes to his character. His outfit is also another of the Wander and Wonder event outfits.
Gloop, 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 gloop. Fishies like me don't understand human gestures. All right, fine, I'll move closer. Do that again and I'll spit bubbles at you.
Yeah, so that might have been a weird interaction, but I forgot to mention he's a merman. Did I leave that part out? So the first guy is a coworker and a criminal. The second guy is a doctor, and he's a merman. And also a very, very successful artist, as in like a billionaire artist. Everybody wants his art, it's very coveted, and he's also a fish boy. So that's why that interaction took place like that.
It's time for something fun. Don't blink.
Don't tell me what to do.
Doesn't it look like that little red fish you gave me? Let it hang out with you for a little bit.
And if you notice, I have 3 of the relax times unlocked for Raphael, which I didn't for Xavier or Zane. Remember when I said you either love him or you hate him? I fucking love Raphael.
Hey? Are you greeting me? Should I say hi back? Well, here's how Lemurians greet someone special.
Yeah, so technically, he's not a mermaid or merman. He's a Lemurian, which were an aquatic people. And he is often referred to as God of the Sea. So not only is he a very famous, rich artist, he's also a Lemurian with the title of God of the Sea. His lore goes crazy. Now, I am more like in tune with what's going on with Raphael. But yeah, he's known us as in the female protagonist for a very, very long time. And I don't know if we're like reincarnated or whatever, but we have forgotten about him, but he's still here. And it's like a whole thing. It is a whole thing. And I love him so much.
Are
He's
you
my
feeling sleepy
favorite.
again?
Although,
fine
could
if you
you
lean on me
fucking
and
not
nap for a
interrupt
bit.
me? Damn. So, he's pretty solid. And then the last boy is named Silas. His outfit is also from the Wander and Wonder event. I had to snag his because, oh my god. Is this outfit so sick or not? I love it.
You want to decide? Good. There's a quid pro quo. It'll be long term.
Okay, so I reacted like that for that one because normally, like, you know how I said Xavier is really breathy? Well, Silas, his voice is a little odd because he talks so slow, and yet the one that I just played, he talked really fast. I don't know what that was about, but he normally talks weirdly slow. Maybe the next one will show what I'm talking about.
Hide and seek. This is how you lure in a kitten who likes feathers. She'll walk into the trap herself.
Okay, so that one wasn't that slow either, but I swear to God, I'm not gaslighting you. He does talk kind of slow. Also, so his role, his lore, if you will. So he's like more or less the mafia leader. It's obviously set in fictional cities in a fictional world, and it's also set slightly in the future, but there's this section in the world that's called the N109
I'm
zone,
fascinated
which is...
by humans. After all, their capacity for cruelty surpasses that of animals.
It's called the N109 zone. I don't know how else to call it other than, like, it's the bad side. That's where, like, all the illegal stuff is taking place, and there is a group called Anakinus that he is the leader of, because of course he is, and it's pretty much implied that he...
Odd the oranges disappeared from the table. Really? You don't know? But your fingers smell just like them.
My boyfriend is accusing me of stealing. This is ridiculous. Yeah, he is the leader of Anakinus, because of course he is. And it's heavily implied that he is immortal or essentially can't be killed. So lore goes crazy, I'm telling you.
Seeing you with the sunrise makes the sunlight bearable.
He also is low-key kind of like a vampire because, in case you couldn't hear from what he said there, he doesn't really like the sun. And in the N109 zone, it's dark like all the time, I guess. Now let's get into more of the game. Because obviously the leading factor of it is the male love interest, which we've met. And again, you can date them all. So... there you go. But there are other things you can do. And the little phone thing, they can text you. You can have conversations with them. They can call you. And then you can replay the calls at any time. You can have posts that you interact with. Things like that. All well and good. And they all have their own typing styles. Which Raphael types kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. He is my favorite, but he does type weird. There is a main story aspect to it, which I have completed all of the story that's available. It is technically not done, so they will add to it eventually. Who knows when, but I think it's gonna keep going and keep building that lore, because it's it's going crazy, right? And playing the main story is how you get introduced to the other love interests, because when you first log in, you can't date all four of them. Like, you have to be introduced to them into the story before you can then go and date them. And so it gives the introductions, their backgrounds, things like that. And there's quite a bit of the main story released. So under Deepspace is the original main story, which is completed. There's 8 parts. Each one has a bunch of different sections, so you don't have to do the story in one big swoop. You can do them in small parts if it's too much. The long-awaited Revelry one is the Silas one, because he's the newest boy, so he had to be introduced later. And then Prologue to Tomorrow is the newest main story, which is more about Zane. Because so far, the main story, there are a lot of things that can be further detailed on or added to, because there are some questions that will leave you like, what's going on? Almost all the boys, when they get introduced in the main story, somewhere it implies something that you're like, excuse me? Of course, like any mobile game, you have daily tasks that you're supposed to do, and accomplishing those tasks gives you XP to get your level up. That's all normal for any game, if you will. But I've mentioned cards quite a few times. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I mean by cards. So you can go in, and if you have enough tickets, you can pull a card. And the card can unlock memories. Now, the ones that unlock memories have to be 5-star and above. 4 stars and less, they still have their perks, because there is a combat aspect to this game. and you can form your team to help you win the battle, and those lower cards can be used for that. The 5-star cards, of course, can be used as well. So, 5-star card. What could that entail? First of all, look how many cards I have. I'm very proud of it. I know there are probably plenty of people who have way more than I do, and that's fine. But you know what? I'm really happy with how many I have, and I want to keep keep getting that up there. So if you go into date and falling for you, now some of the 5-star cards unlock memories that are very, very sweet. They're very sweet, they're very fluffy, they're very cute. Sometimes the cards can have things that are implying of something else, if you will. But let's look at one of the sweet ones. Let's do that. So you can replay the memories as much as you want, and since I've completed it all the way through for the first time, I can go back in and start the memory from whatever point I want to. So I won't bore you with the leading up to part of the memory. I'm just going to get straight to the good part, which is the fully animated part. So I chose Precious Bonfire, which is Xavier's, because like I said, Xavier is the most cinnamon roll out of all 4 of them. So this is a good example of one of them that are very cute and fluffy and just sweet.
It's a performance I prepared for the bonfire party, even if no one sees it. But you get to see it, so it's not a loss. You're making it sound like I'm putting on a magic show. Well then, I'm not sure yet. A ring check? To make sure you don't back out, we should sign on the dotted line. Your name, not a rabbit. Has the bonfire party started? How did a card used for playing Mafia end up here? If Cupid connects 2 players and one gets eliminated, the other will follow suit. Doesn't that describe our relationship right now? I figured out what I want my payment to be. Tell me when you're overwhelmed next time, since we're already bound by this.
So that was one memory with Xavier. As you can see, it was very sweet. You know, I have the moment where they both reach for the same thing and they touch each other's hands. A lot of the cards do have tropes like that. Like there's one card with Raphael that has the one bed trope, but that one's not that heavily implied actually. But there's always something going on that happens a lot in romance novels to put them in interesting situations. But on the flip side, there's one of Zane's cards that I got that unlocked a memory that was incredibly implied. Like a lot. Do you want to check it out? Do you want to see it? It's called Hidden Motive.
Is shaving the first step in this routine?
Just wait.
I don't dislike it. Understood. I won't move. This your exclusive service? Almost there. The chief surgeon can rest. I'll do the finishing touches. Is there anything else you want me to do? What are you doing? Am I asking for trouble by doing this?
It's happening.
What did you use? It has a fruity scent.
We just kissed.
Why does it smell sweeter than usual? Do I look like I can work right now? I'm working and not allowed to do anything else. Well then, what exactly do you allow me to do?
So if that's not the most heavily implied one that they've released yet, I don't know. And it surprised me so much because usually Otome games are purely like fluff. It's all the fluff and the cuteness. And then you get a card like this and it's like, whoa! I'm not complaining. However, there are also a bunch of Zane memories that you can get that are very cute and fluffy, like the Xavier one. And there are some Xavier memories as well that are more implied and less cute. All of them have a range. But let's go back to a cute one. And we're gonna do Silas.
A crow? Try not to be the pot calling the kettle black, sweetie. You. Do you know what you look like right now? A kitten with a temper. What, you want to deepen our relationship? Unprompted benevolence wasn't out of the kindness of your heart. Not cold? Come on, follow me.
See, that was another very cute one. He wraps you in a scarf, you playfully get snow on his cheek. Like, it's very, very cute. But then, of course, if I've done a memory for 3 of the boys, we need one for Raphael. And let's do a not so cute one, you know?
Oh, this intense. Tell me, should I be a good, honest boy? Or should I play hard to get? Come dawn, new whispers will fill the air. I'm a fox now. Out of all the things I expected, that wasn't one of them. Like this? You're so demanding. All right, I'll make sure not a single drop goes to waste. Since your highness wants to spice things up, I'll do my best to satisfy your every need.
Dude.
Can't take it anymore? It's so far away, I can't get it. Your Highness, could you? I think you need to go a little lower. Want to keep looking? Forget the fruit. Can't you compensate me another way?
It's just full on fade to black. And I forgot there were kissing sounds too. Only in the recent months, when they started really making money, is when they started adding these more implied ones. Because before that, maybe there was some fade to black ones, but it was more, did they? I don't know. Who's to say? Whereas these are, yeah, they did. They definitely did. There's no way they didn't, in fact. And I think once they realized, hey, if we offer these cards, we'll make so much money, that they started doing it more because they realized all the potential. I don't want to say if I'm ashamed or not. I feel like I'm not that ashamed about it, but maybe I should be. I have put real money that I have earned from my full-time job as an adult into this game for fictional boyfriends. Now granted, I would like to make it clear, I have not put that much money into it. It's not like I put hundreds and hundreds of dollars or anything like that. No. I have not, no. But I've definitely purchased some of the packs in the store to be like, get, you know, some of those extra cards so there's a chance of pulling the cards that I actually wanted. So there have been a few occasions of that. I can't deny it. But those are some memories with all 4 of them, and you can unlock memories in other ways as well, because if you get your affection level to a certain point, sometimes that unlocks a memory with them. And there are other side games that you can play. Like every week you get a certain amount of times where you can play a card game with them, and you can play a claw machine to try and win plushies with him. Things like that. There are also some other battle things to get resources to like upgrade the cards, to increase combat level, things like that. You can always do all of that. But there is combat in this, so it's not purely romance, I guess. I mean, it's obviously a romance game, but there's combat in it. So let me show you what that combat looks like. I'm gonna do one of the really easy levels so it doesn't take too long, because honestly, you'll get the gist of how the combat works once you see it, you know?
Even the smallest fluctuation can't escape my eyes. Watch out. This one is a handful.
Strengthens everything like a lens.
Let's pick up a letter and see what it says. That wasn't so tough now, was it?
It's over.
Yeah, maybe that one's a little too easy, but you still get it. Like, there's combat like that, different scenarios, but they're all in stages like that. You can choose who you fight with, whether it be Xavier, Zane, Raphael, Silas, whatever. You have to defeat the level to get these resources and get these gems and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes there are battles incorporated into the main story as well. And like I said, I've had the game for almost 2 months, like right around the 2-month mark is when I downloaded it, and I've been playing it literally every day since that time I downloaded it. And I am at level 74. And the only way you get XP is basically completing the daily tasks every day when you log in. But I have so much more leveling up to do because the affection levels, like Raphael is my highest and he's still only at 67. You can get up to like 100, I don't know, 75, something like that. There are different tiers to the affection level, and I do believe at a certain point the love interest gives you a ring. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's like a full-on he proposes to you. I think it's more like a promise ring, but I do think that is something that you can get if you get their affection level high enough, but that is a lot to get it up there. But overall, I think that covers it. There are obviously a lot more nuances. They run events all the time. There are other parts of the battles that I didn't really cover because that's not... I don't really think you clicked on this video because you were like, I want to know the battles that this Love and Deepspace game offers. I don't really think that was like top of your mind. So in conclusion, Raphael is my favorite, clearly. In fact, I went to a con however many months ago, handful of months ago, and in the artist alley, look what I found. Can you see it? Do I need to do like the makeup thing? Focus. Focus on him. It's still trying to focus on me. Is it focused? There you go, you get it. But I found this little card, you know, like the cards that you can get with him, but of Raphael. So of course, since he's my fave, I had to get him. My second favorite is Silas. I originally downloaded the game for Silas, and then I discovered Raphael's personality, and Raphael quickly became my number one. Love him so much. Third is Zane, and fourth is Xavier. So I am very sorry if you're an Xavier main and you're upset that he's not my favorite. All of your favorites are valid, okay? It's all good. If you have played the game, I would love to know who is your fave? Who is your fave? Who's your least fave? I mean, even if you haven't played the game from this video, who do you like the most? What do you think of it? If you haven't played it, do you now intend to? Is this a good endorsement? I didn't necessarily have a vision for this video. It was more so of, I love this game so much, I want to talk about it. And so this was just a rant of me talking about my boyfriends to you. Do you like my boyfriends? I like my boyfriends. I think it's really fun. And I hope they continue to make a lot of money so they give us good shit. Oh, also, random fact, but this fictional world is technically set in the future, that somebody else did the math and said that Silas would be a COVID baby. I just wanted to let you know that. But anyway, you should maybe play the game and like really enjoy it and embrace the cringe, because that's the best part. I can guarantee if like high school me had picked this game up, I would have loved it still, but I would not be as passionate or talkative about it to anybody else. I would have kept it to myself. Whereas now I'm like, did you know I have 4 boyfriends on this fictional game on my phone, and it's like really good, and one of them is a merman? One of them is a merman. Do you want to see him? Do you want to see my boyfriend? Let me show you. Here, come here, come here.
I'm fascinated by humans. After all, their capacity for cruelty surpasses that of animals.
Thank you. Did you hear that? He said he's fascinated by me.